Hey, welcome back. And happy Sunday and happy Father's Day to any of you that are celebrating Father's Day. Hello, hello. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm running a little late as usual, right? Just gonna chat with you guys for a moment before I get set up and let the room fill up for a moment. So, yes, happy Sunday. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm going to go through all the zodiac signs, Aries through Pisces. And I'm not going to be on for 3 hours today because I have plans for the first time in like months. So I'll give you all I got, but we're going to keep it short today. Hey, Andy, welcome back. Hey, Morgan. Hey, Jim. Welcome. So I'm going to shuffle my cards and we're going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there. Fathers are so important. Happy Father's Day to my father. I love you so much, Dad. I don't think he watches my YouTube, but my mom does, so she'll tell him. But my dad's not so keen on YouTube or horoscopes for that, but he loves me and supports me anyways. But happy Father's Day, Dad. And happy Father's Day to my husband. He's such a good father to our 3 boys. So I want to give him a shout out as well. Good dads are so important. Really, they are. And needed in this world, right? So yes, I hope you take time out to honor your father if you still are lucky to have your father in your life or your father figure, because father figures take all forms. Doesn't necessarily need to be your biological father. But it's a special day, so yes. Yay. I've been feeling pretty good lately. I can't complain. I don't know how y'all have been doing. Um, I don't think that I even could connect with the collective right now because I've kind of been in my own world lately. I've been doing, like I said, a lot of reading, a lot of spirituality practices and meditating and just getting back in touch with things that I let myself get out of touch with, maybe. As life got so busy there for a while, and then the whole world shut down in March. And I guess one of the silver linings to come out of that is it really gave me time to put life into perspective and read books that I haven't read in forever, and yeah, just enjoy being at peace without the rat race. It's been That's what I've been focusing my energy on. Hey, Talisha, thanks for the super chat. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I'm not going to be on here long today. I got to 85,000 subscribers this week. Yay! My next goal is 90,000. When I hit 90,000, I'll do another giveaway. I gave away some merchandise the last time I hit a goal. And so I'll do that again. And then when I hit 100,000, I'll give away a private reading. So yes, we're getting so close. My Sagittarius video reached the highest view count I've ever had on my channel, my humble channel, which was 91,000 is what it's at now, views on Sagittarius. So awesome. Thank you guys. If you connected with that reading, great. I'm so glad. And if you shared it, that's awesome. So I really appreciate all of the support. Today I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, thank you for the 1111, Carol. I've been seeing 1111 a lot lately. So, to me, when I see 1111, that lets me know to pay attention to my thoughts, that things are manifesting, that I'm on the right track. I always take that as a really positive affirmation. So, but I notice I've been noticing it a lot lately, more so than usual. So anyways, I've got my cards ready. I'm going to kind of change the view here. So I'm going to use those for your energy and these for the person you might be dealing with. And then I have my newest cards, which are my Abraham Hicks cards. I really like those. Actually, no. I do not want to use those. Actually, yes. Yes, I do. Okay. All right, and so let's get started. Also, love you too. Thanks for coming, Sean. Also, I didn't show you anything there. My July You versus Them readings, they'll start coming out this week, starting tomorrow. I'll leak out a few readings each day this week. Those are in-depth readings, so make sure you check those out. And now that you can see my table, let's see. And for those of you who are asking, this dress is from my sister's boutique, avonsophia.com. You can see the link down below, as well as the jewelry is from her boutique as well. Because I know some of y'all like to be getting that stuff that I wear. I went over to her house on Friday and just kind of went crazy shopping in her little boutique in her house. I was like, I'll take that and that and that and that and that. You know, she gives me a good discount. All right, Aries, we're going to start with you. I don't think I have any moderators in here, do I? Is Shaylee or Carmen in here? Does anybody want to moderate for me until they get here? That'd be super awesome. Let me know in the chat, please, real quick. And then I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with Aries. All right, thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate you. Thank you for offering. Okay, so Aries. First, I'm going to ask for messages that are in the highest good of anybody that may be drawn to this channel. Let's go. Aries. So Aries, you have the third house of perception here. So this is all about speech, thoughts, social media. It's Gemini energy for some of you. You might be spending a lot of time on social media. You're on it right now. And or for some reason that could have some sort of impact this upcoming week with your perception. Okay. This also talks about paying attention to your surroundings. You may feel a little bit more sociable this week than you have in the past few weeks, or really getting into, like I said, your social image is what I get. Some of you may be drawn to photography. This is so specific, so that can't be all of you. Or something about pictures. Some of you are looking at pictures on social media, and be careful with that if you're comparing yourself, Aries, all right? It's really easy to do, but just remember that, 90% of it's baloney, Who we are on social media is such a small sliver of who we actually are in real life. Let's face it, So don't get fooled by that, and or don't take yourself too seriously, okay? The card that you got out says, should I leave or should I stay? So, this card actually talks about not recommending necessarily to take any physical action right now, so to speak. And it doesn't have to be leave or stay in a relationship. It could be leave or stay in a situation, in an energy, in a job, whatever this is for you. But this is saying, come into alignment with what you truly want first, Aries, before you take any action. So if you're not 100% sure of where your desire stands this upcoming week, then you need to get in alignment first before you decide what physical actions to take next. And then once you get into alignment, it'll be easier for you to make that change or feel confident in the decision that you've made, okay? So again, that kind of comes back to not being swayed by other people's perceptions or opinions, or getting caught up in that type of energy. It might help you to hear other people's thoughts this upcoming week. Be open-minded here, all right, with the perception card out. So let's see. Aries. Really, Aries? All right. No, that's like half the deck. I love you, Aries, but no, we ain't doing that today. I don't got time for ya. Maybe for the July reading. All right, just one card for Aries. So you have the Five of Swords, and it came out in the reverse here, Aries. So I like that it's in the reverse. Then you have the Five of Cups and the Strength card. What in the world is going on here? So then you have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. And the Chariot. Okay, so that's exactly what I was just saying, Aries. If you don't know for sure what you want, then don't impulsively act, okay? Especially not this upcoming week. And I believe we're in a retrograde as well, if not headed towards one. Is that correct? Sometimes I don't always keep up on the astrological portion, but this is like, if you have any doubt here where your desire truly lies, then take a time out, gain a bigger perspective, stay in your strength, stay in your confidence, and then progress forward once you're connected with what you truly want. Because I feel like, Aries, there's some part of you here that has come out of this phase where you felt disconnected from yourself, from others maybe, and you've come out of that successfully, okay? So you've let that energy go, and then now here you go from this being stuck in your head energy. Okay, you're not stuck in your head anymore, no, but now where are you stuck? In your emotions, so you went out of your head and into your emotions, into your heart chakra. So some of you did some clearing of your third eye, and then now you need to do some heart chakra work. But I mean, it's like good. You got out of step one, letting go of conflict or thoughts that don't serve you, or just whatever this headache was for you. But it's like you're still sad to some degree or another about the loss of what was giving you a headache. Why would you grieve the loss of something that was giving you a headache? I mean, there's lots of reasons why, right? Number one being we're human beings. And even though sometimes things aren't good for us, thoughts aren't good for us, people aren't good for us, we can cut them off, no problem. We can stop thinking about them, no problem. But our emotions are kind of a different story here, right? Emotions take a little bit longer to leave us, so to speak. So I feel like there is like a processing of emotions that's coming up for you, Aries, this week. But you're much stronger this time around. Okay, you're very confident. Okay, so stay in that confidence. Stay in that confidence. All right, and then until you figure out where your true desire is, because some of you really aren't sure, right? Because this is being sure that you're going to let go or disconnect or whatever this is, and then this is not so sure. So some of you are sure, and then you're not so sure, and then you're sure, and you're not so sure. Wait it out. All right, because after this energy leaves, then you get momentum forward here, Aries, progress here. All right, so I feel like you will be making progress, particularly towards the end of the week, and whatever the situation is here for you. Some of you certainly could be dealing with, quite literally, a Leo or a Cancer or Gemini, but it could be any zodiac sign. So let's see the person that you are connecting with, Aries, and See if we can't figure it out. Person Aries is connecting with. The Four of Cups. The Devil. The World. Okay. All right. So Aries, I feel like this person is emotionally detached, but also they're focused upon things that are not in their highest good. So this person may be really obsessing or have addictive qualities, or they may be a very possessive person underneath the surface. And if it's none of those things, because certainly it doesn't have to be that negative, it could just simply be that this person gets wrapped up in what they don't have versus what they have, and then they get stuck there, and then they kind of drowned in that spot, and they loop on it, and they come back around and back around and back around to it. So I feel like that person, the person you're connecting with, is kind of struggling with that, whether they're expressing that to you or not. I actually feel like this is something they probably keep more to themselves, this behavior or this issue that they're trying to deal with emotionally. But some of you may be aware of it, whether they're telling you or not, because somehow you may be connecting with this energy, or it's like you might be if you're stuck in this negative vibe here of being sure and then unsure and then sure and then unsure, it could be that, via law of attraction, if that person is also vibrating that same energy, you could be connecting somehow with this person physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever, because you're both kind of in that same energy, like you're affecting each other. But I feel you come out of that and there's progression here and strength. This person is going to repeat another cycle here because they're a fixed sign. For a lot of you, this is probably a fixed sign. Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, but it can also be Capricorn, like I said, because I have the devil here. But it doesn't matter the zodiac sign. This person is in a fixed position, meaning they are fixated on a very certain outcome, and they keep circling and circling on it. And because they're so fixated, they keep themselves stuck. And so therefore, they're going to repeat this again, at least this upcoming week, more than likely. All right. And like I said, go back to the overall energy. It's all about, someone here is contemplating what their next actions are. And the advice is that you shouldn't take action when you're still in the contemplative stage. Okay, so we have a brain for a reason, so we can think things through and feel things and process them and then take action. Okay, so just make sure that you're seeing all sides of the coin and or this person, because it can be interchangeable. Don't believe everything that you see or hear this upcoming week, because perception is a little bit, well, perception is the eye of the beholder, but especially on social media, like, don't get sucked into that, Aries. Please. So you could be dealing with Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio. Could be Pisces as well. I think that's it. Okay. I got 400 in here. All right. It's awesome. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you're in here. All right, so that was Aries, and now we're going to go to Taurus. Taurus. Actually, it's driving me crazy because these cards are not shuffled the way that I like. So give me one hot second here. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Fair amendment. Like, I cannot stand when my cards are not the way that I want them. A little bit OCD over here. Do I still not have any of my moderators in here? That stinks. Sorry, I should have done this before I started, but I thought I did, and then I must have shuffled them wrong. Okay, now I'm happy. Taurus, you get a fresh shuffle there. Sorry, it was driving me nuts. Okay. Taurus. Whoa. All right, Taurus, you have the 8th house of intimacy here, Scorpio energy for some of you. This is talking about, your investments. It's a very intense energy. It talks about contracts. It talks about the erotica, the sacral chakra. It could be a very mysterious type of energy this upcoming week. I mean, it's bringing out your more intimate side, and things that we keep intimate to us aren't just sexual in nature, but they're also our deepest thoughts, our deepest emotions, our belief structures, our belief systems. So all of that being highlighted this upcoming week, all right? And your law of attraction card says, I intend to see the best in everyone. So that is your advice this upcoming week, Taurus. That's so much easier said than done, right? There's a difference between seeing the good in someone and intentionally finding the good in someone, all right? So I think it's easy to find the good in someone when we love them, when they agree with us, when they vibe the same as us. But it's a lot harder to see the good in a person that's very different from us, that seems to be opposing us, or has hurt us. So this is saying, regardless of what the experience is, intend to see the human in the person, and have empathy for that if you are able to. And so by doing that, you kind of pull in that same positive energy back to you, where you're more part of the inspiration and less part of the problem, so to speak. So let's see where this is going. So you have the moon here, the Knight of Swords, and the Four of Swords. So, and the Four of Cups. So I feel like, Taurus, there's some emotion. Okay, remember I said intimacy could be is much more than sex. Okay, intimacy is the deepest and realest part of who we are, and we keep it intimate, aka private, for a reason, right? Well, here's your intimate emotions here. Here's where your inner emotional being is, and you're kind of drowning a little bit. The thing is, Taurus, is you're running from talking about what you're feeling here, all right? So you may be, like I said, running from speaking about your deep emotions, not really wanting to communicate the depth of what you're feeling, and or you're getting really, really caught up on the surface level issues that you're not connecting with your true divine self, which knows that emotionally speaking, nobody can impact your emotions or how you feel about yourself unless you allow them to. So you may be becoming aware of that, or you may need to be reminded of that this week. That true self-worth doesn't come from someone else telling us what our self-worth is, but when we figure out ourselves, our self-worth, because we know that to be true. All right. So that goes back to the overall message of seeing the best in everyone, intending to see the best. And the great reward of doing that this week, Taurus, is that you'll get that energy back. So someone will see the best in you. And maybe you really need to have that recognition, or you want that recognition for some of you. But I feel like you need to not run from these emotions that you're feeling that are building up, because I feel that some of you are doing that. Really get some rest this upcoming week. I think some of you want to sleep on it. You kind of want to detach from the emotion. There's a lot of detachment and running and sleeping and distraction and all of that going on. So look at all of this. You you have this deep spiritual emotional energy here. Okay, some of you Pisces energy. And your reaction to those emotions is to like run and hide and detach, like. And for some reason I have a movie clip running through my head. It's Chris Farley from Tommy Boy, I think. Where he's like, Richard, don't run away from your feelings. If you're not a Chris Farley fan, you won't get that, but it's when he does the little coat skit, big man in the little coat. Anyways, don't run from your feelings. That's what I want to say to you, Taurus. Don't run from your deepest intimate feelings. That would be silly. First of all, you can't escape it if you want. You can distract yourself from it. Yes. You can, put your mind elsewhere. Yes. You can not communicate. Okay. You can detach. Okay. But it'll always be there. It'll still be there at the end of the night. It'll still be there at the end of the day. So don't run from your feelings. Not this week. It's not every day I get a movie clip playing in my brain. I get songs all the time, but not movie clips. It's too funny. So let's see what the person you're dealing with is feeling, going through. The Star, the Page of Pentacles. Ooh, it was all good till the Five of Swords, then the Knight of Cups. So, Taurus, the energy that your person is in this upcoming week is all about focusing on their independence and things that are important to them, things that are a bit out of the box. They may be interested in trying new things, but this does talk about a deep sense of healing that needs to take place on this person's side, or will be. And then there's this potential here. Okay, so this person feels that there's some sort of potential here, either within you or within them, but they also feel extremely emotionally defeated. This person's trying to work on themselves, kind of grow their self-independence, and but yet at the same time they are also somewhat blocking their own emotional self, as are you. Because this person does not want to be rejected. They have a deep fear of rejection, or it's like they don't fully put themselves out there for whatever reason, Taurus, because they don't want to get shot down, they don't want to get rejected, and or they don't want to feel like the loser, so to speak. So in a way, this person kind of keeps their most intimate self private as well, or at least this upcoming week, okay? You know what I think it is, Taurus? I think that you're having a hard time seeing the best in yourself. And I think this person is also having a hard time seeing the best in themselves. And it may be coming out as you not seeing the good in them and them not seeing the good in you, but it's stemming from a sense of not seeing self-worth internally for each of you. Does that make sense? That was a lot of words. Sorry, so they all just came out at once. But it's like someone here or both has an insecurity that doesn't allow them to see the good in themselves all the time or at times. And when they don't feel good about themselves, they cannot see the good in anyone else. That's what it is. And that could be both of you doing that or one. But either way, you know, it affects both energies, right? So it's all about self-worth and being your authentic self, okay? You know, and like I said earlier, Taurus, if there's, don't run from your feelings, okay? I'm not saying you got to put all your problems on the street or all your feelings on the street, but you need to take some time to sit with what you're truly feeling about a situation, you know, and don't be afraid of that. Because I feel I feel like avoid, 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 avoid. So careful with that. All right. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, obviously, Scorpio, Pisces, can be Libra, Gemini, Cancer, and possibly an Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. $500 in here, thank you. Please take a moment to give me a thumbs up if you haven't. Appreciate you. Gemini. Okay. Gemini. All right, Gemini. You have the 12th house here. All right, this is Piscean energy for some of you. This is all about surrender, compassion, your dreams, karma, forgiveness. You know, this can be a bit of an elusive type of energy, all right? It is a very, it's like, let me get the rest of the cards out. It's like this. Sometimes things get really heavy, Gemini, so on purpose, because this is so unpopular to say. People don't like to hear this, but sometimes our suffering is our best lesson. You know, and I'm not saying that you have to go through suffering in life, because you don't. And also, that's a hard concept to wrap your mind around, because we live in a world of diversity, all right, and contrast. But at the same time, we go through things that are difficult or that give us baggage in life, because it makes us who we are and it pushes us to grow, so to speak. And sometimes this is what the 12th house can really pull out, that that push, right, to grow into something better, something bigger, into the next chapter of your life for some of you. And this says, I will not try to control the uncontrollable. Well, amen to that. So the guidance here is to reach a place where you are willing, actually not just willing, determined, not just determined, eager, okay, to let go of the need to control things that are uncontrollable. And what is this? You get a card that says, let go of what you can't control, and it's paired with what? Look at this image of the release card. Sometimes it's not necessarily about releasing a person, place, thing. Sometimes it's about releasing the need to control the outcome or control another person. You know, releasing that, because it, you know, if you get too caught up in your head about, you know, wondering what someone else is doing, or every emotion you have is affected by that person, you know, you put yourself in the space where you give away your power, Gemini, when you do that. So this is saying, You can only control yourself and how you feel, all right? So that'll be a focus for this upcoming week. And if you start feeling frustrated, if someone really starts getting to you and you start getting like anxious or eager to impact that person or change the situation, manipulate the situation, or, somehow force something, an outcome. This is saying let that desire go, let that stress go, let the anxiety go of that, that you have to do anything, because the right thing to do is nothing. The right thing to do is nothing except to focus on you and what makes you happy, and understand that you can't control other people. So you have the Two of Pentacles here, the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So, yes, Gemini, this is that. Well, to me, this represents Gemini in my mind. I know technically it doesn't, but to me, this card always reminds me of Gemini. So this is, the two sides, the twins, okay, in my mind. But I feel like Gemini, this is that sense of, kind of being torn almost, some of you are afraid to let go because you feel like if you let go of the thought of this person or the desire that you're feeling or whatever this is that you're carrying around with you, some of you fear if you let go, then you'll be alone. You will have nothing to hold on to. You will not, like for some of you, the only connection you have with this person is this control. Well, but it's an illusion because you don't have control. So this is saying don't be afraid to let that go. Don't be afraid to let that thought go, to let that tie be cut, because it's an illusion anyways. You don't have control anyways. You cannot impact what someone else's decisions are, Gemini, and you'll feel so much better when you understand that. You'll feel so much better because then you will stop wasting time thinking and giving your focus and draining yourself over that idea, and you'll shift that into feeling good. Things that make you feel good, things that make you feel free. And if you can allow yourself to do that this week, then by nature of releasing, you pull in this very vibrant energy where you're feeling good and you feel okay with where you're at. And oftentimes once we get into that space and we're lining up, then what's right for us naturally comes, and you'll see that you can let things go. And if it's correct for you and you're vibrating right, it's called faith, then the universe will make it happen for you, whatever is in your highest good. People lack faith a lot in life. We always think we have to do something and push something, and that's when life gets really stressful. When you think you have to claw your way through it, it's really not that difficult. You just find you're happy and you pay most of your attention there, and you understand that what you're emanating will come back to you without force, without needing it. That's why, like, when you really start to feel good, Gemini, when you really start to feel really comfortable in your skin, just things line up. They just do. They just do. So don't be afraid to let go this week. Lots of let go messages. Again, I guess we have an eclipse, right? The 21st. I don't even know what day it is. Did I miss the eclipse? But eclipses, usually the energy before and right after, are great times to release. You're also seeing things from a higher perspective, okay, this upcoming week. And And that could be from doing exactly what I just said. And I have a song playing in my head. I don't really wanna go, I don't really wanna stay. All I really hope and pray is can we get it together? Get it together. That's an old song. I don't even know who sings that. That's a really old song. Is it SWV? I'm not even going to try and guess who sings it. It's from the early 2000s. Anyways, that's what was playing in my mind. Don't be afraid of being alone. Being alone is a blessing. Some of you, I just feel like this upcoming week, you just don't want to be. You really don't want to be. And it's not that you're not okay being alone sometimes, Gemini, because you're a very independent zodiac sign. You have no trouble standing on your own feet. But this week, you don't, when you're alone, you're not like enjoying it. You're like, I don't know, you're feeling alone, but like not in a great way. But you have the power to change that, right? And some of you will choose to use that alone time in a way to release and meditate and therefore bring in positive energy. Some of you might get stuck here and not progress. But that part's up to you. So let's see what the other person is, what their energy is, Gemini. They have the Hangman, the Wheel. So, and the Knight of Swords. So Gemini, your person is, they may be taking a time out this upcoming week, but it won't last long. They have a different perspective, or they may have put things on pause, to gain a different perspective. Okay, so, but that's not going to last long. For some of you, it's like this person may put things on a pause and immediately it triggers your insecurities, and then you feel so isolated and so alone. And if that's the case, Gemini, where this person's what they're doing in their life has that big of an effect on you, that's a codependency. All right, you need to be okay regardless of what this person chooses. That's what I was talking about earlier. Releasing the need to control. All right, so yeah, that's for a few of you. For the rest of you, this is just this person, they're really thinking about what they want to communicate. All right, if they should communicate for some of you, or it's just like they're waiting on the right time to say something. And now I have another song in my head. Say something, I'm giving up on you. This person might be someone that takes forever to say what they're really thinking. Or they take forever to communicate, what they're thinking about. They may hold back a lot just by virtue of who they are, but I feel like this person is trying to put a lot of thought into whatever it is that they are needing to say or wanting to say. What is it? What's the Knight of Swords? I'm going to be nosy here for a second. The Three of Swords. Something that hurt them. Something that hurt them. And I have that song so loud playing in my head, and I cannot tell you the last time I heard that song. I don't really want to go. I don't really want to stay. Yeah, so this person's experiencing, some painful things that they may have been waiting to tell you, or that they really have held back from telling other people, even maybe. But I feel like this person's waiting on the right timing. Okay, in the meantime, you need to not care. This sounds so unempathetic, and I don't mean it that way. But you need to not care what this person is going through and feeling right now. And I don't mean that in like, screw this person, but I'm saying this is for them to figure out. And it's not personal to you. Even if it's directed at you, it's not personal to you. It's this person going through something personal that may impact you, yes, but only if you allow it to. Okay, so I'm saying for this week, you focus on you, Gemini, okay, and let go of the need to control whatever the situation is. All right, so yeah, Pisces energy here. You have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You have Aries. You have Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius. I have Earth as well. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. That's like all the zodiac signs, right? So, thanks for the $10 super chat, Lisa. Appreciate it. Hey, Shayla, you made it, girl. Welcome, girl. My hair is kind of sticking up. Whew. All right, so Cancer. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Somebody said, wow, we're still on Gemini. They're like full readings. I always do full readings on Sunday. I can't do quickie readings. I used to try really hard to do that, to like one card, that's your message, done. But I can't because one, my brain is too inquisitive, and two, I'm long-winded. Like, I want to know the full picture for you, okay? So my readings are always long. All right, Cancer. The July readings will start going up this week, probably tomorrow. They'll start coming out a few each day this week. All right, Cancer. Cancer. So Cancer, this is the card of opposition. Reminds me of Libra energy for some of you. But this is all about balance and how you relate to others. You know, making conscious decisions. You may want to avoid any conflict this upcoming week. And this is saying stay disciplined, okay? And then the message says our varied behavior adds to the planet's well-being. All right, so when I have these two cards together here, Cancer, it's talking about, you know, that just remember that nothing can come into your experience without your invitation to having that experience, okay? Whether that's good or bad, right? So just remember that. And the well-being, your well-being will be really important this upcoming week, okay? I think there might be a conflict that comes through Cancer when and if you get too over-involved with wanting someone to live life according to your standards, you know, because, or life the way that you see it. So don't get sucked into that where you think that your way of living is correct and everyone else that's not living that way is incorrect, and you must correct them and inform them and tell them because that's your job, and you know all. You know, don't go into that, Cancer. And or you could be dealing with someone that's doing that to you. You know, wanting to have a say-so in how you live your life, okay? So it could go either way, but that's the energy I'm feeling here, you know. How often do we do that in life? Tell other people how to live their lives because it's not in accordance with ours, you know. There's a difference between being comfortable with who you are and expressing yourself as you authentically are versus being proud of who you are and then wanting everybody to be just like you. You see the difference? One is free of restriction, the other one is full of resistance. Who cares what people think of your life? They are not living it. You are. And vice versa, who cares what other people are doing with their lives? You are not living it. They are. Whoa! So that's the as your cards fly out. That's the overlying message here. And let's see why. All right. Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Moon, the Three of Swords. Okay. So, oh, owie. All right. Cancer, some of you are really caught up on looking back on something that you felt was incorrect, like a wrong that was done or something that was covered up or that you covered up that really hurt you emotionally, like really hurt you, okay? And for whatever reason, you know, this week you might be looking back on that situation or find yourself dwelling on that emotion of what happened. You know, there may be some really hurtful things that you have kept to yourself, or yeah, you're having a hard time walking away from. That's for sure. The encouragement is to, you know, walk away from the need to concentrate so much on this. So some of you have some, you know, either hurt or fear-based emotions or negative thinking, if nothing else. So something here that you're covering up. And it's like you're giving all of your attention to it. And the more attention you give to it, the more you pull it into your existence. And, you know, it's like going beyond processing. So it's normal to feel emotions. It's normal to be hurt and then leave that hurt and come back to it and feel it again and then leave it and then come back to it. It takes a really long time to heal our emotional well-being. So don't take that for granted, all right? But at the same time, you don't heal from sitting in it and reminding yourself of the hurt 24/7. It's important that you leave the hurt for a while, live your life, and then come back when you need to think about it. And if that's all you're doing, then that's fine. But some of you have got stuck in feeling that emotion and you're not taking a break from it anymore. Meaning like you're focused on it, you've been hurt, and some of you are now getting that hurt intertwined with who you think you are, and now you're this person that's been victimized, and how could they, and why did they, and you know, I didn't deserve that, and all this, and you're really giving it too much damn attention. You really are, Cancer. And I don't laugh because I think it's funny at all. I laugh because it's very ironic because you're wanting to walk away from that, but yet you're so focused on it. How could you walk away when you're so focused on it? It's all you're thinking about. You can't. You can't. Now, some of you may feel like this is not me, and if it's not you, it could be someone you're dealing with that just, it felt like they covered up what they felt and just kind of closed the chapter, and you're wondering to know why. All right. But even if it is someone else, it's still affecting you because it's showing up on your side. So it doesn't even matter if it's someone else. If it's someone else that's stuck in this rut, this depressive rut, it's still somehow impacting you. So let's look at your person. So you had the Seven of Wands fly out over there. The Ace of Cups. The Hierophant. So, oh, okay. Again, someone here, whether it's you or them, I pick it up mostly as you, but it can be them, thinks that they know better than the other person. Meaning, like, you know, I'm trying to show you the way of how to live or how to love, or like the way you express emotion is wrong because that's not how I express emotion, you know, or something to do with that. As opposed to just respecting that each of you are your own individual people and you don't have to behave exactly the same way. You don't have to believe in all of the same things. You don't have to have that in order to have a balance. You just have to have understanding of each other. That's all you need. You know, you can make any situation work. You can make any relationship work, any dynamic work, as long as both people in the party have empathy and understanding. You could have everything opposite from each other. Religious backgrounds, you know, race, where you grew up, all of that can be totally, totally opposite. And you could still have a healthy relationship if you have understanding. Because, and love, of course, love. But understanding comes from love. Because you don't try to understand someone unless you love them. And some of you, that's what it is. You're just trying to understand someone better because you love them or they you. I feel like this person, there is love over here, and this person is, I think, trying to either guide you from a place of love to a place of love, or it's like this person may be behaving that way because in their mind, they're doing it because they love you. You know, like it could be a parent. You know, this doesn't always have to be an intimate person. This could be a counselor, a parent, a boss, or it could be a committed partner or intimate ex, whatever. But this person does what they do because they think that they're in the right. They, in their mind, they're doing what's in their highest good or what they think is in your highest good, you know, and they're they are not really willing to hear other, you know, they're very protective of the way that they think and the way that they feel, and meaning like they're a bit closed off from hearing others' opinions, at least this week. So again, if you're trying to explain something to this energy or hoping to get understanding from this energy, they can only understand the situation from their point of view. So just remember that. This is a really long message for you. So I don't usually get this long a message for you, Cancer, but yeah. So I'm going to leave it there. Zodiac signs you could be dealing with. Pisces here. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio. You have all the elements here. Fire and air as well. But those are the predominant signs. Okay. Leo. Leo. Leo, you have the first house of self here, Aries energy for some of you. This is talking about your physical body, your outlook on life, um, your self-image, your life philosophy. Actually, I think you got this in the last weekly reading, didn't you? This is all about self-awareness, okay, and arriving to the truth, of something, the truth of the matter. And I have a song in my hand. It's time to get down to the heart of the matter. Whoa. So the card that you have says, why do I want the relationship that I want? Well, I would guarantee that the answer to that has something to do with yourself. All right. So think about what you want in a relationship, Leo, and why you want it. All right. So it's okay to like look at other people and those around you to that are having good relationships and try and like compare and maybe take notes, so to speak. That's okay to do, but don't get too caught up in that, because your personal experience in relationships will never be the same as someone else's, because you're on your own unique journey, and you are your own unique divine soul. Okay, so make a list of positive things that you want in a relationship. This is also saying, Leo, if you've been focused on the things that you don't want in a relationship, meaning like when you think about love or you think about a specific person, all you think about is the hurt or what could happen or what if this, or that person did that to me, and blah 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 blah, all the things we tell ourselves. If that's where your focus is, then this is telling you to shift that perspective. What did you gain from that experience? What did you gain from that person? How did that change you? How did that grow you? How did that make you a better person? Focus there instead, okay? And that'll bring you back to yourself, all right? And when you feel like yourself, you are what? In alignment. And when you're in alignment, you bring in the things that you want. So start thinking about what you want and then get excited about it coming into your life. So make a list. What do you want? What do you want in your current partner? Or what do you want in your future partner? When you think of a happy, loving relationship, what does it look like to you? What does it feel like to you? Are you in that? Some of you need to write all that down, and if you're in a relationship right now, ask yourself, does that person bring me that? So I wrote 10 things down that I think are in a happy relationship. Is the person I'm connecting with, do they give me that? Can they provide that? Can I give that? Because that's the other thing, Leo, what you want from someone else, you have to be able to give yourself. So can you give all of the things that you say you want from someone else? And that's how you line up. Because if you can say yes, I've written everything I want in a partner down, and I can give and am willing to give all of those things, then that's when you line up. That's when you line up. So do that this week. Get your little pen and paper out. Leo, write it down. Yeah, it's all about your desire, okay? And if this is not in regards to relationships, because we're not all dealing with relationships, this could be in regards to, what do you want for your life? What do you want for your career? What do you want the world to bring you? What experiences do you want? What would make you happy? All right. So you have the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Cups here. So Leo, this is that higher perspective I was talking about that I felt that you were getting, okay? And I feel like I see that here again, all right? So this is like you are getting into this energy, Leo, where you're learning to follow your heart's desires, okay, as opposed to compromising all of the time. you know? So like I said, if you've written a list down of things that will make you happy and you're not living any of those things, then that's your sign that you need to start living in those ways to have those experiences to pull that in for you. And for some of you, it's like, yeah, sparking that desire, right? For what? Satisfaction, what you want. This is good. If some of you master what I have told you, you will have a terrific week, okay? And you don't have to do it in the way that I said, but just understand that you're in charge of your experience this week, 100%, all right? I feel like you're getting some sort of higher guidance, you know, it's feeling strong in what you believe in, you know, your faith system may be very, very important this week. Moving forward, I feel okay, but in a practical way, in a way that makes sense towards what you want, and seeing and feeling satisfied this week. This is good. Oh, Leo. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Yes, Leo, this is the card you want in your reading, right? So if it's to deal with career, some of you are putting a practical idea that you feel spiritually drawn to by your creativity, you know, and it will be very satisfying going through that experience, and it may be very financially lucrative for some of you if you follow that, desire there. All right. And like I said, if it's relationships, it's all about, you know, putting yourself in this place of exuding the qualities that you want. You know, have you ever had someone, Leo, who like is in a terrible bad mood, and you keep returning that bad mood with optimism and niceness? Eventually that grumpy person will go away, either because they're completely annoyed with your optimism and they don't want to hear it, and or you're not participating in their misery with them. And or they like your vibe so much that they stop feeling miserable and choose to vibrate higher so that they can match you on your level. Either way, win, win, win for you. So if you're good vibrating and someone who's not vibrating good, you've detracted them from you because you're vibing so good that they got annoyed by that. Bye, Felicia. You know, that's good. Vice versa, if they're inspired by how you're living and so they want to raise their vibration, then hi, Felicia, you know, come on. You know, either way, you win. You always win when you choose what makes you happy. So let's see what your person is feeling, whoever you're connecting with. Well, their cards came out all at once. So they have the Knight of Swords, the Sun, the Ten of Pentacles. I just got another movie clip. Why am I getting movie clips now? Say something. You know, that's what I saw in my mind. Say something. I don't even know what movie that's from. All right, so this person's got something to say, I feel. Now, whether they will say it, that's entirely up to them. They have free will. I can only read the energy, meaning they are in this energy of feeling optimistic. They're actually in a higher vibrating space, Leo. So like I said earlier, if you're vibrating high and they're vibrating high, that's the best time to connect. And I think I saw this in your last reading, actually. You know, so this person is also, you know, wanting to have a good foundation, trying to be happy or see the brighter side of things in this optimistic energy. They're going into this, but I don't feel they're in that right now. Okay, so they still have some dark energy looming here. They still have, there might be something they need to say before they can access all of this, you know, because I heard that say something. I don't know. Like, this person may have this very blunt affect. Like, if this is part of their personality, it's just like the way that they communicate is sometimes tactless, not tactful, but they mean well, you know, even though they don't say it the way that probably you would receive it better. So that's for some of you. For others of you, it's like this person has something to say, and it may feel like they may be in this negative space, but then something changes here, and then like their energy totally switches up, and then it's all about their foundations and what makes them happy, and you know. Oh my God, how can I not see the correlation there? So, like I said, if you're in this high vibrating space, Leo, and this person's trying to come at you with some low vibing energy, right? Well, when they're met with your happy self, Leo, they have no choice but to change that energy, because if they don't change the energy, then they don't have an invite into your life, so to speak, or you won't pay attention or you won't take them seriously. Okay, so they have no other option then to try and see the bright side, to either go focus on themselves or to raise their vibration up and to be more foundational. Yeah. So, Leo, you could be dealing with another Leo. You could be dealing with Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Aries, Sag, Aquarius. Libra, Gemini, Water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's like all the zodiac signs are out, but whatever. If it resonated, great. Oh, I got 700 in here. Woohoo! That's cool. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you're in here. I got 700 in here and 297 thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to sit here until my likes match my viewers. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But if you have time to give me a thumbs up, that'd be super cool. So, Virgo. So we are on Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Ooh, I gotta go faster. I should be at. I gotta go faster. Sorry, I got Father's Day plans today. All right, Virgo. Virgo, you could be connecting with a Leo, or you could have that in your chart, or be on the cusp maybe. For others, this is talking about being more expressive, being more loving and playful, or going into that energy this upcoming week. It's very self-confident, can be an extroverted vibe, okay, but it can also be a bit excessive, so you want to watch, over-expression or being too, I almost said obsessive, but I meant to say excessive, with whatever this is for you. Oh my goodness. Woo! I don't think I've ever gotten 3 cards out from this deck, so this says the essence of my every desire can be fulfilled. My relationships will change when I change. And flawed premises can attract true unwanted evidence. So those are 3 strong statements. I really don't need any additional cards to tell you what this is about, Virgo. So this is saying the essence of what you want can be yours when you get out of your own damn way. Meaning, like, things will change in your life and your relationships when you change. So let's go back to what I just said for Leo, because I think that message is also pertinent here for you. Meaning, write down what it is that you want. Okay, I want to be happy. I want to be loved. I want someone who understands me. I want, Think about all the things that you want someone to do for you. And then ask yourself, Virgo, read that list back. Do you do that for other people? If the answer is no, then you're out of alignment because you can't attract to you what you don't also give, what you don't have, right? So some of you may have had bad luck in life or a relationship or in love or whatever this is, and you think that's evidence that, oh, okay, see, that didn't work out in my favor, so, good things don't happen to me. I'm just bound to be this way, or life is bound to be this way, because you think you have evidence that life is this way, but that's not true. You see, because your experience with this life will change when you decide that you want to change your perspective on it. And what you're being encouraged to do, Virgo, is to get really, really in touch with your playful side, with a side of you that's very excited, with a side of you that knows that you can create any experience that you want as nature of free will, that, you can wake up tomorrow and decide to be whoever you want. And as we get older, I think it gets harder for us to remember that. As children, we know it. We know. As children, it's so easy. We get into our imagination and we're just there. We are whatever we imagine ourselves to be. As adults, when life kicks our ass a few times, we lose that ability to think creatively and we give up. And we think, well, this is my lot in life. This is my income level and that's all I'll ever be. And this is the relationship I'm in and that's all it's ever going to be. And this is just it. This is where I stop. But it doesn't work that way. Then if that was the truth, you'd be dead. Okay, you never arrive to a spot in life to just sit. You only keep creating. Every day you're awake, creating. So some of you keep creating the same stagnant, crappy experience or the same feeling or the same experience, like I said, and you're trying to figure out why you feel so unsatisfied. Well, you feel unsatisfied because you're not actively creating what you could be because you're settling for less. Wow, that was really long-winded. And like I said, I didn't even feel like I needed cards for that one. But I will get a few cards out, okay, Virgo? There's that Ten of Pentacles. Get connected. Get connected. Some of you are getting connected with family, with your foundation this week. Really thinking about it, okay? This is you thinking about what would give you a good foundation. Now, the second question you ask yourself is, am I able to give what I'm asking to receive? And the answer is yes, of course you can. You can give. You can give anything that you want. Yeah, here's a higher perspective. So you're gaining a higher perspective this week, all right? Trying to see the big picture. And I think it's all about your foundations. For some of you, family, but it's like, yes, taking a look at some flawed beliefs that you had about how life works. That's what you're doing. That's what you're getting enlightenment about this week, and recognizing the part that you play in all of this, okay? And understanding that the situationship, or whatever this is, will change. The situation will change when you change your idea of it, when you change the way you think about it, and when you change the way you behave within your own life. So I do see like gaining higher perspectives here. So let's see the person that you're connecting with. They have the Lovers, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. So this person's kind of stuck. Okay, I was talking about him. And it left me. It was a good song too. The lyric that came to mind was the hard way. This You're going about it the hard way, or they're going about it the hard way. Somebody's going about it the hard way. I'm getting frustrated. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's the name of the song. I'm stuck between you and a hard place, is what she sings. In a hard place. And when I lose me every time. So that was the lyric. I'm stuck between you and a hard place, and when I lose me every time. Okay, that could be a message for you or your cross watcher. So that's how they feel, okay, in a nutshell, or you do towards the connection, or both. There's a struggle here within this connection, okay? There's a struggle here, and I feel like this person feels like it's too hard to handle at times or too heavy, but yet they feel such an immense connection here, um, that I think that they would be willing to continue the struggle for it, even though it's getting heavier. Hmm. So then I would say the same advice then for Virgo, the person that you are connecting with, what that they need to really get in touch with, what they want, and understand that this connection will change when they change, or this connection may be changing because someone has changed. Because I heard that as well. Like both of you may have changed who you are and what you want, and it may not be in a vibrational match anymore. You could be heading in different directions, so to speak here. Um, and that's fine because we grow in and out of relationships our entire life. And I think one of the biggest flawed premises that we have out there currently in human society is that we're meant to just have one singular connection. And I know this is going to get me in trouble for saying this, but this is what I know to be true, spiritually speaking. We think that we must hold on to that connection and we must make that connection work, and that's the only connection, and that's the only connection, and we only have one soulmate, cannot be anybody else, it must be that connection. That's not true. You have lots of soulmates, you have lots of potentials, and connections are meant to flow freely in and out of your life when you call them in and when you're vibing at the same time. And if you are in the flow, then you understand that you just focus on yourself and what makes you happy, and if this person's in that same energy, they'll flow with you or towards you or together with you. And if they're not, it's always going to be a struggle because you're trying to make a square fit into a circle. And right now I see more struggle than flow with who you're connecting with during this week. So really think on it, Virgo. Okay, you want to be part of the struggle or you want to be part of the flow? That's up to you. All right. So you could be dealing with Leo energy here, Gemini, Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Libra. Ooh. Libra. So Libra, you have Libra. Can't say it. Libra, you have Cancer energy here. This is you could have Cancer in your chart somewhere, be dealing with one. Others of you, it's just the energy that you're in. So this is a very motherly energy. You certainly may be exuding your more feminine energies, whether you're male or female, because even if you're a male, you still have feminine energies within you. We all do. Um, but this is tapping into that more feminine side, that more intuitive side, that more mothering side, especially if you're a female. It's very family oriented energy. It can be a little bit introverted or a little bit defensive, so you're really going to want to watch your moods this upcoming week, Libra, because this is also a water energy. So it's a little bit out of your element unless you have a water, moon, or rising. Okay. Ooh. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Hold on a second. Don't be mad at me. I've been live for like an hour and a half. Just give me 1 moment. Okay. Quick refreshment break. All right. So the energy out that you have complementing this Libra says, I can focus on what I do want in a relationship. So very similar to Virgo and Leo, in that it's, again, talking about focusing on the wanted characteristics of those around you. Okay, and that's not just intimate people, right? It's like if you have someone in your life, Libra, that you're very unhappy with right now, and some of you definitely do, I can see that, then this is saying, if you decide to focus on the worst of this person, then you kind of train your vibration to match only the worst in them. Meaning, if you're upset with someone and all you're seeing is like, wow, you know, you really bad person, you narcissist, you idiot, you whatever, there's someone here that I feel like, Libra, you're displeased with, and you're very focused on the negative aspects, but it's bringing out the negative aspects in you by doing that, because you lower your vibration by choosing to focus upon negative, even if it's the truth. I'm not saying that's not the truth, but I'm just saying you kind of set yourself up to kind of get what you're putting out, so to speak, even though you don't want that. So I think that, Libra, this week you're going to choose to keep your mouth shut, or that's the guidance. I couldn't say that any nicer way. Look at this card. This is someone who is, I heard, talking to myself. This is someone who's keeping to themselves. Like, I'm not going to participate in that. And that's exactly what you need to do. I feel like this is all about walking away from ideas, things, and people that bring out the more negative aspects of you. That's the other thing. If every time you think of someone or every time you connect with someone, it brings out negative thoughts, like the moment you think of that connection or that person, it immediately brings up pain or hurt or memories from the past that you don't want, then that's your sign this week to focus on something else, to kind of turn your focus onto self-worth and what you've gained out of that experience, and being comfortable with who you are and not really giving it your attention, so to speak. I feel like you're done. You're done with something here. Absolutely. It's the past that you're done with. You're just done. You're just done. Some of you are done with putting your 2 cents in, or you're done thinking about something, okay? Done feeling something. I just get done. And there's something here about, you don't even feel the need to communicate at this point, I don't think. I think that you are going to avoid, like I said, getting involved or saying what you really think. So you may be tempted to say what you really feel, Libra. But remember that you might be a little moody this week and a little bit defensive. And so I think that would give you an outcome that you don't want. It would return defensiveness back to you. And so I see most of you will choose to bite your tongue, to take the higher road, or you're being encouraged to do that, okay? Person you're dealing with is the Tower, the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, where'd my card go? And then the Ace of Swords. So I have and the walls come tumbling down, and the walls come crumbling, crumbling. That's John Mellencamp. That's what I heard. Something's coming crumbling down for this person. Some idea that they had about how things were going to be. Yeah, not so. Not what they thought it was going to be. You know, and I feel like this person, they're out of control, or they feel the situation is out of their control. They're stuck, you know? They're stuck. They feel stuck. There was some sort of massive change here that occurred that kind of brought this person to a standstill as to like, where, okay, now what? I don't know where to put my time and energy, okay? So I feel like that's kind of where their energy was or is going into this upcoming week. But there's some sort of epiphany, or there's like a new idea here about how to move forward. Okay, so I want to see what that is. So the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the King of Wands. So I feel like this person, Libra, they're getting some clarity here about and all kinds of messages. So what I got was to speak or not to speak, to say it or to not say it. This person is like, they're heavy stuck in their head, that's for damn sure. They want to take action and be confident, but they don't really know, they can't confidently say that they know what the right thing to do is, and that they're letting that hold them back. This person is worrying a lot about what the right thing to do is. Well, if I may, if you're a cross watcher for Libra and you want to know what the right thing to do is, first take the word right out of your vocabulary, because there is really no right or wrong way to do something. It's just, what experience do you want to have along the way? And what experience would bring you the most joy and the most fulfillment? Which experience would bring you the most ease, meaning it's easily available to you? That's the direction you want to go towards, okay? This person needs to hear that, Libra, that they're getting too caught up in what's right as opposed to what feels right. Okay, so there's a difference there. You know, and our emotions will always be a guide and a compass for us. You know, if it feels icky and it makes me sad and it stresses me out, then that's probably not the answer. You know, that's probably not the solution. Vice versa, if it makes me feel confident and independent and etc., then that's probably the direction you want to head, okay? Sometimes it can be hard to see what the right thing to do is when we're letting emotions override, though. So, like when we're stuck in the thick of things, it can be really hard, because sometimes I think this person thinks that they know what they want, but what they want causes them stress. So they need to rethink, is this really what I want? You know, because it doesn't feel like what I want. So they really need to think about that over here. And I feel like should they not get in touch with that just yet, then they will have another tower moment come in. All right, probably in the next retrograde. So you could be dealing with Scorpio, Sagittarius here, Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I have all the signs. I have air, fire, water, earth, because I have a million cards out. So don't get too caught up in that. Okay. Scorpio. Scorpio. Scorpio, you have Taurus energy here. Some of you could be dealing with that zodiac sign and or have that in your chart. This is all about staying practical, staying grounded, staying down to earth. It's a very fertile energy. So if you're a female, just be aware. If you're dealing with a female, be aware. It's a very sensuous energy, very pleasure-seeking energy. Okay, so you may find yourself in like pleasure-seeking energy this upcoming week. It's very patient. It can be somewhat of a possessive vibe, bordering loyal. So there's a difference between being loyal and being possessive, right? And for some reason that is being highlighted this upcoming week. Let's see why. So this says, I have the power to direct my own thoughts. So, okay. Sorry, I got a very specific message, but it's not for you guys. I'll tell you about it later. All right. So Scorpio, this may be a really good week to do a little experiment, okay? So if you are pleasure seeking, say you're in that vibe, you want pleasure, right? We all want pleasure as human beings. And I just saw I have 444 on my likes. So there's your sign, Scorpio. Deliberately focus on everything that brings you pleasure. So this upcoming week, if you love to take bubble baths, or you love long walks, or you love a certain food, you love a certain scent, a certain book, a certain TV show, whatever it is, then I want you to allow yourself this upcoming week to seek out those things and create that in your environment, okay? So this week, make it all about pleasure. All right? And put yourself in that vibration of pleasure. Because what you're learning, Scorpio, particularly from June through September, is all about deliberate manifestation. All right? And learning how to focus your emotional self and your thoughts onto what brings you pleasure. All right? It could be really hard to break old patterns because I feel like a lot of you have been kind of coming at it the wrong way. Okay, so you might have some bad habits that you need to break. So I'm definitely not, what I'm not saying is don't overindulge and don't get toxic with it. So pleasure is best served in moderation. Keep that in mind. So don't slip into any bad habits, right? it's kind of like the first step, I think, for you is to kind of test it out and see how it goes. So if you had been like very irritable or thinking like everything is an obligation or you must be here at this time, you must do that, and like not really finding the joy, then I feel like that's why you need to put your focus there this week to get you back into alignment with what you want, because some of you have gotten really far out, and I can see that with all these cards, of alignment with that. So then you have the Three of Wands, the Strength, and the Nine of Wands here. And the Five of Wands. So here's that struggle. Okay. So I feel like Scorpio, you know what you want, you know where you're headed, okay? You have the confidence that you need in order to do it, but you almost block your own blessings, so to speak, by this like prove it to me energy, So this is how I feel you've been going about things up until now, but you're getting ready to change your perspective, all right? Like I said, this is the first step to deliberate creation. Up until now, you had felt like, well, I have all this evidence around me that supports my idea that expect the worst, be protected, trust no one. But you're only seeing that out, that supposed evidence out in the real world because you're manifesting that of what you feel about yourself, which is, for some of you, fearful of being hurt, fearful of not being able to trust, for some of you, not being trustworthy, yourself. And so you expect other people to do that. A lot of the times what we inadvertently express to other people is how we feel about ourselves. So oftentimes when I run into someone that's very negative and very untrusting and like prove it to me type of energy, then I know that person has that internal dialogue going on to some degree or not, because they wouldn't expect that in other people unless I've got cut off. But I came back to 777, 777 of you in the chat. How funny is that? Let me know when I'm back. Like I was saying, oftentimes, basically that, it's a reflection of how they feel about their inner dialogue, who they feel they are, Honestly, we are always expressing to the outer world who we feel we are, whether we know we're doing that or not. So some of you didn't understand that, and you're coming to the understanding of that. Others of you, it's like not trusting that the universe and law of attraction, God, faith, whatever you believe in, will bring you exactly what you want when you kind of get out of the belief that you can't have it. When you stop blocking your energy, okay? So, like I said, there's kind of a struggle here between understanding that you're creating the experience that you're having on Earth because of the way that you feel about yourself. Some people, they cannot freaking fathom that, or they understand it, but they don't know what to do about it. Well, be a deliberate creator. So this week, I've given you a tool. Now, whether you use this tool or not, that's up to you, Scorpio. But my advice to you is write down the things that provide you pleasure and allow yourself to feel pleasure. Allow yourself to do pleasurable activities. Make this week different than the weeks usually are. And try something new. Start thinking about how you feel about yourself and how that's relating to the experiences that you've pulled into yourself. If you're entertaining a lot of negative energy, like within friends groups or social media, or like you keep getting sucked into negative topics, conversations, etc., then you need to figure out why you're drawn to that. because you're just creating more negativity by giving attention to that. So, let's see the person you're dealing with. I had a card fly. Hold on. So this is the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like Scorpio, whoever you are connecting to, they're kind of at a standstill here, all right? So this person definitely feels like they're going, like there was a painful experience here or a painful ending on their side, all right, that had them really, really stuck. But I feel like this person is trying to be more practical in their energy as well. They, this certainly could be a Taurus that you're connecting with for some of you, but I feel like this person's energy is also kind of looking for pleasure and trying to be a conscious creator as well. With the Queen of Swords here, this person is definitely means business. So again, here's this person almost doing the same thing you are, Scorpio, where they're trying to find the practical means for pleasure. This sounds terrible. Where they're trying to stay grounded, but yet they're so on guard. So it's like they're expecting the worst. So they're kind of getting in their own way as well. So certainly this message could be interchangeable here, Scorpio. And that, this person is like, has this very soft and I heard vivacious energy. Okay, so very sensuous energy almost, whether they're male or female, but at the same time, they don't trust you, or they don't trust themselves, or they don't trust. So both of you are not tapping into, I guess, this experience between you and whoever this is you're connecting with, Scorpio, could be so much more pleasurable if you kind of stopped expecting this person to come to you or to prove to you their worthiness or whatever this is that you're doing. It's just blocking the situation. And this person, if they could just stop being so forthright or untrusting, or they're defensive too, then like if you both removed that negative energy on both sides, there could be so much pleasure here, and like I'm getting an image again, another movie clip, and I don't know why I keep getting movie clips, but I get an energy of Jim Carrey. Okay, so what's the movie where he plays God, Bruce Almighty, where he's dating Jennifer Aniston and he wants to give her pleasure? You guys know the scene I'm talking about? So he's like, pleasure, 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 pleasure. And and she experiences a lot of pleasure. Okay, if you don't know that clip, look it up. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But it's like, you have the ability to give this person a lot of pleasure. They have the ability to give you a lot of pleasure, but there's more attention being focused to maybe the negative than there is to the positive, and therefore you just keep getting like the struggle here. It doesn't have to be this hard. It really doesn't. And stagnation and betrayals and endings and all that baloney. When you really want is forward progress or forward momentum, and to be in your strength, to be in your confidence. You are worthy, Scorpio, of having everything that you want. Everything that you want. You are worthy. So remind yourself of that. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. There's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. So take away the guilt of that if some of you are guilting yourself over that. And then same goes for your cross watcher. All right. So it could be dealing with Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, Aries, Sagittarius. I'm going to be in so much trouble because I've went so far over. I have to be done at 2 hours. I've got 10 minutes. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to try. All right, Sagittarius. Uh-oh. Sagittarius. I have 830 people in here. Oh my God, that's awesome. Give me a thumbs up, please. If you haven't yet, I would really appreciate it. Hey, Carmen. Hey, Boo. I missed you. I didn't see you in here earlier. I'm happy you made it. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Whoa. Okay. So Sagittarius, you have the third house of perception, which I think Taurus had this, so some of you could be connecting with that. But this is all about speech, thoughts, and social media, your social life, your surroundings, conversations, discussions, things of that nature. And I feel like, it's all about your perception, all right? So when it comes to social media this upcoming week, Sagittarius, it's not what it seems. So whether that's you or someone else doing that, I do find that most people aren't real to who they really are on social media. So just be mindful of that, okay? That it's not all what it seems, right? And let's see what cards you have. And then you have, my thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. So Sagittarius, this is talking about, again, paying attention to your thoughts, paying attention to your words and your actions and what you're offering to other people, okay? Because I think that this week is like almost immediate karma, and that could be good, that could be bad. But you know what I'm saying? It's like where you'll find this week that what you give out, you'll get back almost immediately. It'll be very obvious, okay? Sometimes life isn't so obvious about karma. Sometimes it takes weeks or months or years or lifetimes for karma to finish itself, depending on how much forward momentum that karma had. But this week, I feel like it's almost like lightning speed, where you will see the immediate bounce back to whatever it is that, you're giving out, you're going to be receiving, so to speak. So knowing that, and knowing that you have the power to determine what you give to others and what energy you give to others, then if you use that in a positive way, this could be a really beautiful week where you're giving love and you're being open, and therefore you're getting it right back. Vice versa, if you're moody this week, or you're getting caught up in like what other people have versus what I have, and those type of negative thoughts and comparisons, then you're going to get back more of that, right? More of this feeling of judgment towards yourself, or more closed-minded people, things like that. So you have death and rebirth here, Ace of Cups and the High Priestess. And then you had the Empress. So yeah, there's a lot of change here. Okay, Sagittarius, there could have been a major ending here. For some of you, this is Scorpio energy, obviously. But there was some sort of change. And what was it a change in? It was a change in the way that you feel about yourself. That's what's changing. So Sagittarius, you're getting into this energy where you're gaining a higher understanding of how you love, and particularly how you love yourself. And it starts with you and how you nurture yourself and how you care for yourself. And that's a change for you, okay? Because it might have felt like that you were not in control of that, that if somebody didn't love you or someone external from you didn't tell you you were loved, then you weren't. You thought that you weren't, or something like that. But now it's like not needing that external validation because you've gained some sort of higher understanding here, Sagittarius, of what it's really all about, okay? So your perception is changing, right? And therefore your world is changing, okay? So this is also my manifestation card, in that, you know, as long as you continue to nurture this love you have here for yourself, or for some of you within a connection, then it has no choice but to come to fruition, okay? If you continually put positive energy into yourself, even if you mess up sometimes, or get derailed here and there, if your well-being is bigger than the problem, and FYI, your well-being is always bigger than the problem, then, and you have an understanding of that, then things come to fruition naturally this week. Okay, so this is worth the wait, right? It's worth the wait, worth the wait, worth the wait. That's what I hear, worth the wait. So let's see. Who you're dealing with. Okay, so the person you're connecting with, Sagittarius, is not exactly in the same energy that you are in. And I mean that in that they are not at all in the same energy that you are in, at least at this moment or this upcoming week. This person's in total lack mentality, that they can't see how their thoughts and their actions affect their own well-being, and yet they keep finding themselves in this dark space again and again and again, feeling alone, feeling misunderstood, feeling like, you know, that they have to hide things, okay, that they have to lie, stalk for some of you. You know, this is like the complete opposite of the space that you are in, Sagittarius. So this person is not vibing with you. That probably means that this person either is going to create some sort of ripple in your energy in a negative way, if you allow it, and or this person is not going to be able to affect you at all, meaning you will be completely closed off, and this person cannot find you energetically, because energetically speaking, Sagittarius, you're flying high, right? This person's underneath the water somewhere. They're flying down here. How can they find you? They don't even know where the hell you're at. Energetically speaking, you're not even in the same country. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this person, if they want to be able to connect with you, they got a lot of things to work on, okay? Or they really need to start trusting more in themselves and start seeing the potentials as opposed to the have-nots, okay? But this person, they don't get that. They really don't, not yet, all right? Or they just don't trust the situation, you know, because they don't trust themselves. That's what it boils down to be quite honest with you. And I'm not trying to be harsh on your cross-watchers, so forgive me, cross-watchers, but let me say this from an empathetic point of view. You are going about this the wrong way, okay? You are going about this the wrong way. And if you go back to the advice that I gave Sagittarius, and that advice would apply to you as well. This person lacks insight as to how to get things off the ground, because yeah, this person doesn't know that they are a conscious creator of the world and life that they're experiencing. They're very distrustful of the world, therefore bringing in a lot of distrustful energy towards them, evidence of what they believe to be true. But it's because they don't trust themselves. And this person may be a very deceptive person, okay? Or covering something up, that's for sure. This week. Doesn't mean they're always like that, but this week, that's what I see. All right, so you could be dealing with Scorpio or Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I don't mean to rush through the rest of the signs, but I do not want to disrespect my father or my husband on Father's Day. So I'm going to go a little bit faster, okay? Because I said I was going to be done at the 2-hour marker, and I'm not. So, Capricorn. Whoa. Okay. So Capricorn, you have Sagittarius energy here. You could be connected with a Sagittarius or be on the cusp. This is a very enthusiastic, philosophical, independent type of energy. It's like wanting to experience new things, wanting adventures. It could be a bit of a risk-taking energy. It could also highlight travel, like I said, which right now would be a weird time to travel, but some of us are. So be careful about any like self-righteous energy, about being, and also moody, like temperamental type of vibes, because you may be experiencing that this upcoming week, Capricorn. So let's see. No! These cards are not the easiest to shuffle. It's the only thing I don't like about these. Really? All right, so Capricorn, you have inspired action is always pleasurable action, and making peace with my today will improve my future. So this is saying for me, Capricorn, that you need to make peace with where you're at today. Okay, it's not wrong to look for the future. It's not wrong to want things outside of yourself or to reach for something new or a new experience. But before you do that, Capricorn, take a moment to appreciate where you are today and find happiness in your surroundings as it stands today and who you are today. Okay, because the fastest way to get where you want to go is to appreciate where you are currently. That is the path of least resistance, right? So this is asking you to make peace with yourself this week, and to come from a place of inspiration and expecting the best, and being open to new experiences. Okay, and that will help move your energy along this upcoming week, I feel. So then you have the moon, the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. So Capricorn, all right, so you're stuck. No wonder this is saying make peace with where you're at today. So I feel like I keep calling you everything but Capricorn. Did I just say Cancer? And I know I said Sagittarius earlier. Capricorn. I don't know what's up with that. Capricorn, now I see why it says make peace with where you're at today, because you're feeling like where you're at today sucks. Or you may get like this feeling this upcoming week that you haven't made progress, or that you're stuck, or like, you know what, even worse, getting caught up in the past and what's happened to you in the past, or just feeling kind of uninspired, if nothing else, all right? Feeling like things are too overwhelming at times, okay? So if you find yourself getting pulled into that energy, Capricorn, this is saying, make peace with the fact that, yes, you had those experiences, but don't expect that you will continue to have those experiences, okay? And instead expect more of the opposite of that and place your attention on things that inspire you, that make you feel creative, that bring out that cooperative force inside of you. Okay, so whatever this is that really hurts you, that sucks you in. Okay, I don't feel like this is new, but it could be. Whatever this pain is that really has you overwhelmed at times, that you keep getting stuck in or coming back to, um, you just need to come to peace of the fact that is there and that occurred, but that's not how it needs to continue. And um, find the good in every day, and there's something to be grateful for every day. Like the best thing you could do this upcoming week, if I could give you a practice to try this week, Capricorn, would be to write down one thing every morning that you want to focus gratitude towards each day. And it could be something as simple as, being thankful for your fluffy pillow, or that you got a roof over your head. I don't know. But you really need to start making some headway towards making peace with where you're at. And that also has to deal with kind of acceptance, right? Because there's underneath this, there's this Voyager energy here. But you have to be a cooperative component in order for this to take off, so to speak. And this is not cooperating. This is focused on things that went wrong, things that expecting the worst, and letting heartache really consume you. All right. So Capricorn, really be careful with that energy here. It'll be really important to bring your focus to the present moment and towards gratitude. And I know that can be hard. I have a lot of empathy for you. Honestly, if this was a full-blown reading, I would clarify every single one of these, because I know this hurts based on what I see. And easier said than done, right? I mean, I'm not trying to make this sound easy. It's overwhelming. I feel that, okay? But you have support here. So 8 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Holy cow. Well, if this gives you any solace, and I don't know if it will, this person's just as stuck as you are. It's no wonder. Look at you are almost in the same energy here. Now this person is walking away, but they're not. Because they're still holding on here, okay? They may be still holding grudges for some of you, or if it's not grudges, it's just like this person is fixated, okay, on expecting the worst. So some of you are you may be connected with someone that has very negative energy, and you're like feeding each other's negative energy, okay? Like, if this person is like in your everyday life, it's just like you're connecting with this person because they feel down and you feel down. And that's not wrong, right? We all need someone to connect with us, no matter the vibration, but just be careful. Because if you have a connection in your life where all you talk about is the depths and what's wrong with society, and you get all into like the negative and you just feed each other's negative, that is not healthy to sustain, okay? And you know that, Capricorn. So you could have someone that feeds into your negativity, or you feed into theirs. If it's not someone like in your everyday life, then I feel like this person's in the same or similar energy where it's like they know that it doesn't serve them, but yet they still are stuck on it, and they don't trust, and they're not listening to their intuition, and they're definitely not making peace with where they're at right now. And so that can make it difficult for you to then do that if this person isn't doing it. But thank you, Power of the P. I like your I like your name. For the super chat. Sorry. Capricorn, I just feel like, yeah, This is all the makings of a codependent relationship right here. Not that it is all of the time, but literally, if you've connected with someone, but like the thing you have in common is things that you've lost or things that make you sad, then that's kind of a caution. Now, some of you, it's like, it's not always bad, right? Because think about like self-help groups and AA groups. Like people who've lost someone and they join like the survivor groups. That's a healthier way to channel it, but just know that you're also connecting with other people that are in same and sad vibrations. But together, the hope of those groups is that together you can gain understanding and know you're not alone and raise your vibration back up. And if that's the goal of this connection, then great. If instead it's a bitching session where it's just, you come to talk about your problems and you're not looking for a solution, you're just looking to vent, that's okay for a period of time. But if it goes too far, then you're going to get sucked into creating more of that. And that's what you not want to do. You don't want to do that, right? Either way, again, long-winded. This person has trust issues. They're not opening up, not this week anyways. And you got your own shit going on that you need to deal with anyways, Capricorn. So find peace with where you're at, even if it doesn't feel like a peaceful place. There's always peace to be found, no matter how unpeaceful the environment is. Could be dealing with Sagittarius, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Aquarius. One hair. Get on down there. Aquarius. Aquarius, your overall energy is the ascendant, which is about your outlook, your worldview, your mission statement, how you express yourself, your attitude. You got this last week, I think. Yeah. It's all about first impressions and your impact and the way that you approach a situation or a person. Okay, so again, this is also talking about, your expectations of life is kind of what you're setting for yourself. So what are your expectations? Do you expect the best? Do you expect the worst? What do you expect, So take a look at that this upcoming week. And this says, I have control of the vibration that I offer. So this is saying, Aquarius, once you begin to believe or expect good feeling outcomes, that's when they come to you. Okay, so expect the best. Yes, that's what I've already said. That's exactly what this card says. You expect the best, you get the best. And listen, there's another component to that. You have to also be or behave the best, right? So bad behavior is not rewarded in the law of energy and karma, so to speak. So if you want to receive openness, you must be open. If you want to receive love, you must be loving. If you want to receive peace, then you must be peaceful, etc. So once you're in that state, though, then you have the freedom to expect the best, because why wouldn't you get the best? You're giving the best, right? And that's how it works. So that's your starting point, Aquarius, for this upcoming week, is to expect the best. So we will see. We will see why that is. This doesn't look like the best. The Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Oh, I see. Oh. Okay, the Page of Wands. And the Moon. So a lot of you are looking at your situation, or you're looking at your reality, and you're saying to yourself, Aquarius, expect the best. What are you talking about? Because that ain't what happening. That's not what I see. I'm not seeing that. Other people aren't being their best to me. I feel misunderstood. I'm not seeing the evidence of that But you will, Aquarius, you will. You start off, you know, thinking kind of the opposite of what I was saying, expecting the worst almost, expecting to be left out in the cold, expecting to feel disconnected, you know, just more of the same of whatever with from that person or from that situation. But then things take a change here this upcoming week and you step into this more playful and creative energy, Aquarius, and you kind of start expecting the best from yourself, you know, and getting into this energy of inspiration, all right? And that's when things shift, okay? So this is a sense of feeling overwhelmed emotionally. So it may be really hard to tap into this. But if you're able to tap into that, then I'm telling you, you're going to see evidence of what you want to see. Okay, so let me get one card on that, which is the Emperor, the Three of Swords, Jesus. So I feel like, yes, Aquarius, there's a lot of painful energy here. There is, like I said, this isolation, this hyper focus on something that emotionally brought you a lot of pain. Hyper focus on it. Hyper focus. That could be in the past energy, or that could be in the now or this week. But I'm saying it's going to be really tempting to get sucked into that, okay? But I feel like your approach, so to speak, Aquarius, is to, you know, take what you know to be true for yourself, because this is wisdom, this is understanding, and to redirect your attention to things that make you feel playful and creative and your child, like your inner child. Aquarian people have the biggest inner childs of all the zodiacs, I think. And that could be really shocking if you don't really understand Aquarius, because they can seem very serious and very authoritative if they want to. But underneath all Aquariuses, there's like this weird, quirky child, you know, energy. And I say that with love. You guys know I'm an Aquarius, but I know that I'm weird and I know that I'm quirky. But that don't mean I'm a fool. You know, I'm not an idiot. So Aquarius, that's your stance too. It's like, yeah, I'll be playful, I could be fun, I could be quirky, but I'm not a fool. You know, I'm not an idiot. You know, I see what's up, I see what's going on. But at the same time, you see what's up, but I need you to see what's up and then expect the best. And you're like, how could I expect the best when I know what's up? I know that this person's full of shit, or I know that I'm full of shit, or, you know, I don't know. You know, how can I do that when there's all of this here? Know what you know and then let it go. That's how. What are you talking about? Yeah, you know that hurt. Yeah, you know that situation was there. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that's the reality. And no, you may not see the great things that are coming for you, but you need to trust and believe that, expect the best, because that the best is coming. So kind of detach yourself from that, from the past, from things you can't control this upcoming week, and start getting excited about what's coming in the future, all right? And some of you, that's going to be your response to whatever this is, all right? So then this person has the Two of Wands here. Queen of Wands. It's so funny because there is a black cat with green eyes in this picture. And this week, if you follow me on my Facebook, Tarot Time with Dana, I posted a picture of a black cat. I went for a walk, and out of nowhere, and I'm an Aquarius too, a black cat with the most beautiful green eyes walked straight up to me and then laid on its back and started purring. It wanted me to rub its belly. How weird is that? So I think it's funny that you have a black cat that comes out in your readings. So think about that. Think about that. How intimidating is it to have this energy coming towards you? Okay, how intimidating is these emotions that you're feeling, these overwhelming emotions? But when it gets up close, when you get really up close to that pain, Aquarius, you can see it's just a kitty cat that wants you to rub its belly. You know what I'm saying? In essence, what I'm saying is when you get really, really close to the pain and you can see it clearly and objectively, it's not that intimidating, is it? It's not that hard to let go of it. You learned what you needed to learn, all right? So remember that. Now, this person's energy is they're looking to the future, but they're also focused on the past. So you can see like their energy is of two different directions here. And then the King of Swords, which I believe is you. So you might be a part of this person's past, and they view you, if that's the case, as completely closed off to them and not a part of their future anymore. Okay, some of you, and or they have a very harsh view of you. Harsh view. You may have hurt this person. Trust me, it could be vice versa. But let's get out of the details here and let's go up to the energy. Energetically, this person is wanting to make decisions about their future, but they're not really sure, they're not confident in themselves enough to make things come into fruition just yet. Or there's something here that they're still waiting on in order to do that. And it certainly could be you. They could be waiting for your cooperation in order to move to the next step. And you may not have been cooperating, but and or they're just waiting. I don't know what this person's waiting for. Some divine intervention, waiting for you to come to them, even though they know you're not going to. So what are they waiting for? I don't know. I feel like yelling at your person. What are you waiting for? Right? If this is the person that hurt you, Aquarius, then you're fully aware of what this person is up to, and you have detached yourself from that though. Because you're like, I see it for what it is, and I'm just gonna continue to create new things in my life, and they can watch if they want to watch, and that's fine. Um, but you also know that this person comes with an extreme amount of baggage, if that's the case, or vice versa, you know. Otherwise, it's like this person's like looking to you for you to make the first move, or for you to give them advice, or they're looking for you to tell them what to do with their future. This person has got to ass backwards. They need to turn that focus to themselves, decide what they want for their future, and then come to you with that knowledge and say, does this match what you want? And if it matches what you want, then you go from there. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But they're wasting a lot of time over here, okay, this week. Wasting a lot of time. Their own time, not your time. They're wasting their time. Thank you for the super chat. So, could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Pisces. Pisces. All right, Pisces, so you have Jupiter here. I got this for you last time. I keep getting repeating cards, repeating messages. All right, so Pisces, this is about expansion, enthusiasm, optimism, you know, kind of wanting some new experiences in your life. You may be looking to travel for some of you. It's about taking a chance, you know, and wanting to explore new potentials in life. I think you're really, really wanting to expand your social circle for some of you, and or just in having a more expansive view of life. Like I said, you opening up to new. That's what I feel. I like that, Pisces. There ain't nothing wrong with exploring. Some of you, it may not be like literally out in the world. It may be exploring new ideas, belief systems, learning new things, you know. But either way, you're seeking out some sort of new experience here, all right? And it says, I'll not ask others to become different for me. I will not ask others to become different for me. Now, if you want to understand empathy in the easiest way possible, think about this. Every single person walking this earth, Pisces, believes and is centered around themselves, and life in their mind is centered around themselves because they are creating their experience. So in a way, all of us are a bit self-centered. Yes, this is true. But it's not negative the way we've been told it's negative. Because honestly, if we put all that positive energy into ourselves and self-love, we'll all become better people because of it. We'll become less dependent on other people to give that to us. And we'll become more peaceful human beings, the more of us that get on board with that. Now, why I say that is, we often get offended when people don't behave in the way that makes sense for what we're creating in our experience. So if in my experience of life, and I am the main character, and in my life, I get the man of my dreams, I get them. That's what I get. I get them. They love me. I love them. This is my experience. That's what I want. If that person chooses not to play that role in your life, then you get mad. Like, what are you talking about? This is all about me. That person's coming from their perspective, where they're the main character, and it's all about them. And for them, they've envisioned something different than you've envisioned. And we get screwed up when we keep trying to force people to play roles in our life that they didn't sign up for and they didn't ask. So remember that. Remember that, and then have empathy for that, and don't judge that because you're doing the same exact thing. You are also putting yourself at the center of your universe, and that's okay. But you cannot be mad at other people when they do not behave in the way that you expect them to, because they are their own creators as well. So they have the right to create their experience. So here we all are creating our experiences, and then our experiences are intertwining, and sometimes what we both want line up and sometimes they don't. Respect that. Okay? And if you're dealing with someone, they need to respect that in you. Sometimes you'll line up and sometimes you won't, meaning sometimes the role you want someone to play in your life, that lines up with the role that they want to play, and that's called alignment. You line up, you vibrate together, you move forward together. Sometimes the role you want that person to play in your life, they're not capable of playing that role and they don't want it. So therefore, you're a vibrational mismatch, and it can't work that way. And when people mess up is when they try to force someone to just, if they just behaved this way, it would work perfectly. If that person just wasn't themselves and they were who I wanted them to be, this would work out perfectly. You know? But it doesn't work like that. Pisces, it doesn't work like that. And I don't know why I went on that rant, but either you needed to hear that or someone who's watching for you needs to hear that. Somebody could be doing that to you, and you're like, why does this person keep wanting me to be something I'm not? And why can't they just accept me for who I am? Maybe you're not doing that for them, because often we mirror each other. So just keep that in mind, that it's not personal to you if they don't play along with what you envisioned. They have their own vision. So do you. It's also not personal to them if you don't line up with their vision. So there needs to be some sort of acceptance within this situation or connection. I feel this is a significant connection for most of you, because this is talking about you and how you relate to another person, but it can be people. But I almost don't even need to get cards out. But let's see. I don't know why I went on that rant. I hope that rang true to somebody out there. I don't know. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. You keep showing up as the Queen of Wands. The Star. This is beautiful. Beautiful. The King of Pentacles. Wow. Lots of characters here. This can all be your energy, or you could be dealing with quite a few people this upcoming week. But just remember what I said. If you're dealing with multiple people or like a family unit, family function, I heard, keep in mind what I just said. Otherwise, I feel like as your energy, Pisces, this is feeling emotionally in your well-being, creative, reaching for your potential and feeling comfortable with who you're at and where you're at. And this is beautiful. Like, Pisces. This is not letting your emotions take control over you, understanding the creative magic that you hold just by being a Pisces. It's so special to be a Pisces. You have such a broader view spiritually that you bring into this experience of being human simply by being born under the sign of Pisces, which is all about the bigger picture and the next steps. Okay, so I feel like you're tapping into that energy. If you follow Abraham Hicks, then this would be like the equivalent tarot wise of tapped in, tuned in, turned on. So I like that here. There's support. There's support in the energy for you to heal things, and to have faith. Have faith here, okay? And this very enthusiastic. It's like once you get really enthusiastic about your potential, the enthusiasm creates more expansion and more opportunities for you to feel more enthusiastic. And so it's really awesome. So person you're connecting with is the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles, Pisces. So I feel like this is whoever you're connecting with, they're getting their foundations in order and they're moving forward into a more generous, equal give and take energy. Okay, this person may have been emotionally distant from you, but I feel like this person is, definitely being grounded. Okay, they are not letting life overwhelm them. They're not letting their emotions overwhelm them. They're trying to be very practical in their vibes. If you're vibing high and this person is, you may certainly draw it in. Some of you need to understand this person from the perspective of that you don't need to ask them to be different for you, and you don't need to be different for them, Pisces. They either choose to love you for who you are and the role that you play in their life, and they accept that, or then it's time to detach if they're not able to do that, and vice versa. Don't force a situation or someone to fit your mold, and don't force yourself to fit someone else's mold, okay? Because you both are unique and deserve good foundational vibes, okay? And this person's looking at life in more of a practical way. They're maybe very focused on their everyday habits and money and things of that nature. You're totally ethereal, spiritual, you're more emotionally and creative based over here. So you're not exactly in alignment with what this person is focused on and what you're focused on, but that's okay, right? That's okay. You don't need to be. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm 30 minutes over. Oh, I feel so bad. Okay, so zodiac signs you could be dealing with is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and I have all the signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I think this was the most I've ever had in the chat. So if you're new to me, welcome. I hope you enjoy my channel. My July in-depth you versus them readings will be coming out this upcoming week. So check them out. I hope that you enjoy them, and please do give me a like and subscribe. And look, I've got 666 in here, so another repeating number. I'm not as crazy about that one though. But we're coming into alignment together, maybe. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today and loving you. Till next time, namaste. Bye.